Are you fucking kidding me?
No!
Holy shit! Hey! Oh, we Spider-Man meme! Hey! Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host, Chris, and with me today are my two wonderful, co-hosts. My brain is just not working this week.
Yo, there's a
Chris went on
Freudian
hiatus.
slip twice. Right, that's twice.
I go from vacation
brain.
and then I do plumbing at home, and my brain does not work at all.
No, it was on point when you were introducing yourself.
I forgot who you guys are. What am I supposed to say?
Your brain froze.
All right.
Yes, I am James. That is Mike. We're part of this podcast. That's what he meant to say.
We've never done this before, guys. You gotta live with us. No, thank you guys for joining me. Today we will be talking about Peacemaker. Started in 2022 television series in the previous DCU. Is it DCEU now, or was it DCEU before?
It was DCEU before. Now it's just DCU.
Okay, so now we're in the James Gunn
HBO
extended
Max,
universe.
HBO Max. It's a Warner Brothers thing.
Which is up for sale again, by the way, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So is it DCU Max or DC HBO Max?
HBO, now HBO Max.
DCBO.
HBO Ultra.
Maximum Discovery.
X.
They just merged with Discovery, like, what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yep, from AT&T.
Yep, and that's why they dropped the Max, remember? From the...
Yep.
Those guys don't know what they're doing over there.
HBO Go.
Oh, that's right, HBO Go. Forgot all about it.
I designed that. Oh, shit. Full disclosure, I did design the data center for HBO Go. Didn't last too long.
No wonder if shit's always buffering.
Don't blame me. Blame my people who followed me.
All right, guys. So today we're going to discuss the second season of Peacemaker. You can go back and find our first review of the first season of Peacemaker, and maybe a discussion of the wider world of the DCU, just to see where we are, where we're heading, what we feel. You can also check out our review of Superman, which was the first live action offering for James Gunn's DCU. And I don't think, did we ever talk about Creature Commandos on here?
No, we did not.
Okay. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about it when we're doing the wide world of sports here. Okay. So, season 2, Peacemaker. I'm gonna let James go first here, because this is an interesting one. I didn't have, I guess I had high expectations after the first season and after Penguin and after Superman. So let's start with you guys to see where were your expectations heading, and did it meet, exceed, or fall short of those expectations? James, you go ahead first.
I did enjoy season 1 of Peacemaker. I enjoyed it well. It was probably one of the better outputs of the old DCEU, in my opinion. When you compare the live action stuff in the movies, television shows, and the animated. Did we have any? No, we didn't have anything in the DCEU.
Not officially, no. No.
Yeah, not officially. They were still ending their old Justice League from like way before AT&T bought.
Yeah, I'm still trying to finish the Snyder Cut, by the way. I'm on hour 57 of it.
The extended cut.
Yeah,
extended cut.
Yeah.
Is the Flash still running in slow motion past the hot dog?
This one's called Justice is Pink. It's
breast cancer month?
Yeah.
Okay. Before I get along with it, Chris, I just coming into this, seeing the trailers and knowing that this was supposed to be an official, like a demarc for this and Superman, which was filmed the same time, which I learned afterwards. So expectations were high. Not high. I was anticipating to be a high quality show. and I was more curious to see how they're gonna like kind of tie in with the James Gunn Superman movie that came out and set the foundation for future DC. Um, out that being said, I was very disappointed. I was bamboozled and lied to between trailers and
Bamboozled.
all the shillings out there. People who drop teasers and articles about what they're seeing and how grand this plan of James Gunn is. All those guys were on the books and cooked. I fell for the trap. So short,
But the gun
short
don't
answer is
jam.
the gun don't jam. Um, yeah, Chris, I had high expectations. I was very excited to see the show, and it failed.
All right, Mike.
So I don't think
Speak
I
up
was
now.
as disappointed as James was,
Hmm.
but I was still, yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I had higher hopes for this as well, and it was just kind of a mess, which we'll get into here shortly. But I was impressed with Superman for Gunn's first outing with the DCU. I thought it was a good film, good character introductions, things like that, and you know, we already knew Peacemaker from season one. We knew Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad. I really liked the first season of Peacemaker. And so going into it, so I wanted to see what was coming next. But it didn't, I don't know, it was kind of let down at the end there. So
Yeah, I would say we all had decently high expectations, and only because of the quality of season one. I think if we go back, we probably all were at least high B's, if not low A's, for Peacemaker season one. Grade wise, continually impressed by the acting, especially John Cena. Really popping off. Gets a lot of scenes to show off his range, not just his comedy, but his real emotional range. And I think he continued to be able to do that here. Um, I don't think it was a terrible season. I thought it was weird. Um, and the weirdness comes from, I think, a little bit of the forcing it into the new universe. So instead of saying, okay, so my initial expectation probably would have been something to the extent of he's going to play out Peacemaker season two off season one, and then bam, he's going to use this door, and Peacemaker is going to end up in the new DCU. Hey, that's great.
that's what I thought too. I
But
thought the same thing.
instead, like, it opens with that scene from the ending of season one, except they put in Green Lantern and Hawk Girl, fill in those little. Hey, it just happened to have gaps over there at the end of that scene. And hey, just so you know, season one just was always happened in this universe. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And then we later on get a scene with Max Lord and and Hawk Girl and Green Lantern again. So it was just like, hey, by the way, this was always the way it was. Just don't worry about it.
And the scenes
So,
were funny. Don't get me wrong; those scenes they were
oh,
hilarious
yeah.
with Nathan Fillion and all that. I love those scenes. They just seem out of place.
There's something else that we should mention when, as far as the soft reboot of the DCU, they actually went back and did something funny too. Because remember, Peacemaker was born out of the Suicide Squad, which was
Hmm.
itself another reboot. There's a fucking pattern here.
Well, it was
So
kind of a sequel. They played it enough like a sequel that you could
I'll
consider
give
it
you
a
that. Yes,
sequel.
Suicide. That's
But yeah, it was a
good
reboot.
point. But yeah, so whatever, eggshell reboot. But they went back and because that was a theme, at least in the first three episodes, was the fallout of Rick Flag Jr. being either murdered intentionally or whatever you want to say what Amanda Waller did. That was also a through line for the show, at least the first three or four episodes before Earth, the big Earth X, and
Hmm.
then God knows where we ended up. So that was touching on a show, I'm not show, a movie that sets in the old DCU world as well, with everything that was happening there. So I thought that was interesting that they kept that through line of like, oh, Rick Flag, he remembers Amanda Waller giving him the, to kill him. They actually show you a little flashback for Rick Flag Senior, and I'm like, why are we doing? Why are
Yeah.
we even bringing that part up?
Just it's muddying the waters. I mean, if I tried to explain it to like a non comic book reader, like just a casual fan, they're like, "Oh, so this is so when am I going to see Jason Momoa again?" And I'll be like, "Just so you know, it's not going to be Aquaman this time. He's going to be a Lobo." And they're going, "Why is he a Lobo?" Well, cuz that old DCU doesn't exist. But wait, I saw the Suicide. Well, yeah, you did. Like it's a lot of I don't know if casual fans will care or if it just feels like it'll be really muddy.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think they will care. I mean, yeah, good point.
Still, I find it a bit muddy and but so on this season it was really aiming towards more Fallout. Like um Peacemaker Chris Smith, whatever his name is, uh
Christmas.
trying to be a hero, basically getting turned down for being a hero while being hunted as Rick Flag Sr. gains power enough to hunt him. Okay, I get all that. The crew is broken up and they have to come together to save him. Like, do you think before we get to the like final 3 episodes, the overall arc that worked for you? Like, because this wasn't. I felt this was very e- internal, emotional journey driven series. That first couple of episodes, like Jennifer Jennifer
Jennifer
Holland
Holland.
plays Amelia Harcourt. I thought she had a great like first couple of episodes.
They came out gangbusters.
It
Yeah.
was really really great internal anger, how you dealing with it. They had this little thing with her and Peacemaker where you thought they slept together, but it didn't turn out that way, which was an
And
interesting
worse,
emotional battle between the
you
two.
had a montage of montages,
Um,
not sex.
So like I thought that was an interesting direction to go and I thought that was kind of working for me. Did you guys like those first couple of episodes? Very emotional driven, um very Fallout driven. What'd you guys think of those?
I saw it a little bit different than you, Chris. I do connect with you on the pathos of the characters was very strong in the first 2 or 3 episodes. Definitely hardcore. John Cena to me, all of a sudden, I started putting him in like right below Batista because of the first 2 episodes. The performances that he was carrying, and then Adebayo original, later on, like I think episode 4 or 5, and then finale. But that being said, I was never disappointed with the acting performances on screen.
Mhm.
It was the actual story itself and the scripted narrative. Like
Yeah,
you're giving me these emotional bursts of these characters through adversity, and then the fallout of the previous season. I get all that. That's great to see, but what for and what is the purpose? Are we reuniting them towards a common goal? Or are we gonna have Chris be the center with his agenda, and then the rest of them will go through their arc development and then reunite like Voltron? Like it was so many. Like what is okay? This is great to see. Great performance, man. That dialogue was fantastic, but what the fuck are we doing? Like, where's this leading me to? And I kept thinking the next episode will get me there. It'll get me there. And then we get to Earth X. Then I'm like, okay, this is where all the characters that were building up to this moment will get to see exactly the outcome of that. And I didn't get that. So I agree with you. The characters really started these emotional arcs, and it was fantastic to see. But sadly, it didn't lead to anything of substance at the end. So I can't, praise it.
Mike?
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's I'm with you there on the acting. The performance is fantastic. What's her name? Adebayo. Oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
that finale,
I
Yes.
think she got a lot more to play with in later episodes. Her early episodes felt very like dependent on John Cena's character.
Chris. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I mean, I was saying after this episode's aired, I was like, yeah, I was. I always thought she was great ever since Orange Is the New Black. So like she
Mhm.
brought out that type of performance again. In Peacemaker. Even Jennifer Holland. I'm gonna say I don't think she's a great actress. We know why she.
What?
We know why she's
Wow.
there.
I'm not gonna agree with that one.
No, no, no.
I
Sorry,
think I kind of see what
sorry,
Mike is
not
trying to
sorry.
say. I may not agree
I,
with it, but I think I know. Go ahead,
she,
Mike.
I didn't. She's not terrible.
Hmm.
I just don't think she's the. I don't think a lot of. I don't know how to say it, but I think Cena out acted her in those scenes together.
The last episode, 2 episodes, I can say
I can I
yes,
can I can say
but
yes, but I'm putting Cena much higher every time I see him. Like
Yeah.
his capabilities
dangerous,
rise for me.
dangerous.
But
So, I
her angry stuff is really great.
yeah, I thought that was good.
That was all the first two
Yeah.
episodes,
All
really.
right.
Hmm.
That was
Yep.
fantastic. I was like, oh, she's gonna steal the show.
Yeah, and again with James, the arc, the whole over arc of the show didn't really make sense to me. Where they took Frank Grillo Senior's character from the beginning to the end, going all the way back to Creature Commandos, talking about the good guy, and then in Superman, like the medium guy,
Hmm.
and then in this one, the bad guy, which didn't make sense to me. Even though I would understand if you're, as a grieving father, but to turn that bad, I don't know. That didn't make sense to me.
He went from going after just Peacemaker to I'm against all mutants or
Right?
all are
Oh,
Metahuman.
metas,
metahumans,
yeah,
except Peacemaker
Yeah.
isn't a metahuman, right?
exactly.
So like that doesn't track. That's
Yeah,
not.
and it just the anger.
Dude,
I
we can go on and on and on. And I don't, Chris, I don't know your point agenda, but it's gonna the same
None
theme is
today.
gonna be they drop the ball. When we talk about cinematography, we know exactly what we're gonna say. We already have the answers.
Yeah.
Like we know the show started hot with great promise and vision, and then somewhere in the second half of the season, it went kaput. Like talk about Frank Grillo's character. I, yes, I like your how you comparing Creature Commandos to what we saw in Superman and what we're seeing here. It got so cartoonish at one point. I thought that James Gunn was trying to give us an extra layer of like a double like there's a scenes where they're doing the villain cartoon looking at folders laughing, ha ha, we got them now. Like that's like the camera focused for at least
Well,
90
yeah, it was
seconds
like it.
of Frank Grillo looking like he's like in
Yeah, that was
Doctor
where.
Doom, Doctor Doom,
So I mean, I'm assuming
Doctor
everybody who's
Claw
watched
from
this has
Inspector
seen this,
Gadget.
but yeah, they had the regular grunts doing the work going into all these deadly universes, and he's like having tea and cakes or something. Laugh. You're right, laughing maniacally,
Yeah, when
twisting,
they look at the folder, they pointed like the meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I should have figured it out. Like
and it was.
I'm like, is James Gunn going extra meta on us by showing this? Like,
I don't know. I
I
would
don't believe
say
it.
I did want to bring this up before we got too far into the last couple
Or,
of episodes because the story is really gonna eat up our last, like a lot of stuff we say. But I think Vigilante as a character got like left in the dust.
Mm,
In season one, he was fantastic. He was interesting. He had stuff to do. Here, he was just the punchline, like the background punchline in every scene. Like I didn't feel like he got Freddie Stroma got a lot to do.
yeah.
Maybe one.
yeah, but on the positive side, you play bad cop, and I'm being good cop now. Is that's the thing I did like about this show is whether the script didn't make any sense or the plot was weak. These characters, like when Vigilante, the actor, when he went to Earth X, and he that whole dialogue and talking and emoting and him, and then even the episode prior to that when he actually almost confessed his bromance love of Chris. I thought that this is the brother like that, and I'm like, yo, he's killing it.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean
Yeah,
his
it
character
doesn't
is
make
there, but I
sense.
just didn't.
But this guy came to work and he sorry, but
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I actually agree. I'm not blaming what I saw on screen. Like his character didn't feel to have the nice arc that a lot of the other characters had.
And then you're right. Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
Mm.
you know,
Shit, even Cost. What's the Costo's a great guy.
oh,
The big
Economos.
Economos, yeah.
Economos. I think Economos probably had a little more
He
sunshine in the beginning,
Yeah, he was
and
fun.
then finale.
Yeah, he was kind of the guy put in the bad situation who had to come out of his scared shell to warn his friends, of their danger. So like he didn't have like a big arc, but he had to kind of grow a bit as a character.
Yeah.
Um all right, I guess we got to get into this. The second half of the season, you know, uh, Peacemaker goes into an alternate reality, an alternate universe, kills his doppelganger, and finds his dad and brother alive and happy and rich. And he kind of takes over this life, enjoying this life. Um, do we think this dad brother arc, was too similar to season one? Or do we think it failed to materialize anything interesting at the end of the arc? Like the arc itself might have been fine if it ended like X, versus I didn't like the arc at all because we did the dad brother emotional baggage stuff with Chris in season 1, and he killed his father, and he kind of grew as a person. What his moral boundaries were. Like, which way do you lean with that arc?
Go, Mike. This is easy softball here.
Yeah, that whole. I
Was
just.
his dad a Nazi?
His dad was Nazi adjacent. So, I don't know. My trouble with the whole thing is what was the point of it?
Okay, so you're in camp 2.
Yeah, like, it was. I guess it was fun
Yeah,
to watch for a
I'm in
bit,
Camp Three. Yeah.
but it didn't. Like, why are we delving into his unresolved issues again? Why does he still have unresolved issues? Like, I don't get it. And then what is it? The problem is for me with this whole season is that it seems to be just a big setup for other things. But I don't want a show to be just a setup for other things. Just bring me the other things, right? Well, what are you making me sit through 8 hours of TV to set me up for something else down the
Hey,
line?
Lost did it pretty well. Lost was probably the only show that ever did it that
Yeah.
well.
So I
Do
don't
you
know.
think you would have felt better if they got to, like, if instead of going back to Earth, our plain main Earth, and getting arrested and doing that for 2 episodes, if they said, "Oh, we have to take care of this new Earth and get rid of this threat," like, and they just went hardcore, like, murder spree, would that be more fun?
What probably wouldn't even have to be that extreme. In season one, we had a definitive bad guy, the butterfly people,
Hmm.
right? We had an enemy. They had a plan. They had a reason for doing what they were doing. They had to stop. They had to save the world, right?
Right, and
I don't
your
understand.
secondary bad guy was his dad, and that
Right?
was a more personal, emotional thing,
Exactly.
and he had to take care of that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
So in
right.
this one, so maybe instead, people on Earth X find the portal and they say, "Oh, here's another world we can fix," right? And somehow maybe Flag Senior has a change of heart and says, "Oh shit, we got to stop the Nazis," right? So I'm gonna put my beef with Peacemaker aside, and we're gonna get the job done.
Something where you take the two different storylines
Yeah,
you were running and ram them into each other.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
uh,
All
but
right,
that's not what we
James.
got. So
No, it's not.
No, I mean I'm glad I let Mike go first because he kind of covered about 2/3 of my point on this. Is yeah, like it didn't go anywhere. It didn't amount to anything. But for me, I think the bigger issue again, it goes back to the how the plot, the plot, the narrative. Like we went through all of Chris's, his dad, his family, his complications and the trauma that he
Not
has in
mine, the
season
Chris
one.
in the TV show. Let's be
Yes,
serious.
that Chris Smith, John Cena, Peacemaker. We went through all that, and I thought it was done really well in the first season, and then we revisited again, but we twisted with the Earth X tie-in, but it doesn't amount to anything at the end of that. Like to me, if the episode when his father gets killed and his brother knows about it and then he escapes, if they had built another episode after that that shows, okay, what is John Cena's character's takeaway from all that? He was already traumatized by his original dad, had to kill him. His brother died before that. Now he sees a different version where they could have been happy, but he realizes that that meant that they would have sold their souls to fascism and racism, all that stuff. Now work that into the character post all that. Is that going to birth the new Peacemaker that you could launch into season 3? What does that do to the character? And it did nothing. In fact, it was even we moved on to what was happening in Prime Earth and him getting arrested and him feeling like he was a bad omen to all his friends, which is a great again. You have all these great concepts and ideas for each character, but nothing is conjoined.
Right. So one thing the MCU first phases did really well was introduce a character in a movie. We got Iron Man. That Iron Man movie, we had a bad guy. We had a beginning, middle, end to that story, that movie, and then we had a post credits where we introduced another character. But everybody knew that character, whether or not it was a D tier Marvel character or not, like it was Captain America or Hulk or whoever, right? People knew. At the end of this, we land on this planet, Salvation. Who the fuck knows what Salvation is? Maybe 1%
All
of
the deep
DC.
hold on, the deep DC
Of
nerds,
course, but
including
that's
my
1%
brother-in-law,
of.
he texts me immediately. Oh, this is the new gods and Assad, and I'm like, the guy from the
Right.
cartoon, like Justice League, like what? Like I would have never known that.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried that it was unknown, but like you have to really provide a good important point to it. Like why is he the one that you put there? Like what does that do for anything? I guess that gets revenge for
He said it. This is for
Yeah.
myself
right.
before he closed the room.
But like what does that do for our main character? It just separates him from everybody he knows. But if at the end he was like, I guess there is a bridge there. I'm bad omen. Then magically within a half an episode, I have a conversation and we're all good friends again. See, this is the hard part about they speed run that part,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets separated. So it's like, hmm, do you need that part where he's happy before you put him in the other thing? Maybe you just stick him in this prison and he goes, you know, oh, you know what? I was a bad omen. Maybe this is better for everybody. I think there's other things you can do with the character that's more focused within the story. But again, we're just going back to this whole Earth X, his brother, his dad, the fascism stuff, and then his emotional journey. Like that muddied the whole waters because what was it about his friends and that part never really felt like it was properly given the time on screen of you know him 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 and Amelia Harcourt working things out. That helps. Like that's more about the character. You know, I think that kind of got sped run by her showing up, kind of saving him, even though he didn't really need to be saved. Because if they never showed
Yeah,
up, he would just be there.
it would be
He'd be
happy go lucky.
thriving.
Like it's a very weird mishmash in that area, and though I understand it, I'm also like, do I like it? Do I think it moved? Do I,
It's weak,
yeah.
weak.
I think a better thing would have been for him to realize he was on Earth X by himself and not for everybody else to point it out. Like, was he so dumb that everybody had to point it out to him that, hey, you're on Nazi world? What? What are you talking about? And not realizing it would have been better for him to figure it out and then try to make a conscious decision. Do I
There
love my
you go,
father and
Mike.
brother enough to want to be on this racist world, even though I'll do well?
Yes.
Or am I morally, is this awful? Right?
And what he just said,
There you go.
going back to how so the first season we got the trauma, the second season, how does a character evolve from the issues with this
Dude,
character? Like
yeah.
bingo, like right on. That would have been like, ooh, this is a box. This is a whole arc across two
Right.
seasons with Chris's character. But no, we got to do other bullshit like
I
montage
feel
and
like
stuff.
James Gunn he dumbing it down unnecessarily and being obscure where he shouldn't be. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing with the dad and the dad not being maybe wasn't racist or whatever
Hmm.
when he lived happily on racist world, right? Like it's like why? What does that do? That just like you said, it muddies the water and it doesn't push the character to have to make a specific decision
Right.
to, he's got to be the one to kill his brother to save his friends or
Yep.
he has to be the one who recognizes this world isn't right and grow from his previous experience and go just because their family doesn't mean this is okay, those kind of things, just like Mike put it beautifully, and I think it really would have done a lot more for this story. And then he steps back into the real world having saved people, having done the right thing, just to be kidnapped, not give himself up, kidnapped and tossed away.
Right. That would have been way better. But
Yeah.
I
And
oh,
then, Hmm. It's too bad. It's too bad. There's a lot of good stuff here, and I I don't want to say it's like horrible, but I just some
no,
editing,
it had the
editing.
potential for to be great.
Right there, you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, like the end of Penguin. The end of Penguin was felt
Hmm.
great.
Yep.
Great. Down to the final
Yep.
scene,
That scene.
like Chef's Kiss.
Yep,
Ugh.
where you saw a character make the decision and fall back
Yep.
to what everything he had built.
And then you give us a end credits like their version of going into salvation. The door closes with the bat signal, which is the bet. Like it tells you, okay, now you know this character and where it's at, and the decision they made. This is what is going to be next on the
Mhm.
horizon. Not the bullshit that we got
Yeah,
from.
I think it'd
Not
be
even, because we have Lanterns coming up, the TV show. You could have had
oh jeez.
John. You could have had
No, it depends on Euphoria's programming
well,
schedule,
you
but
could have
yeah,
had
we
John
can have.
Stewart and Hal Jordan show up on Salvation and be like, "What the hell are you doing here?" You know.
Right, yeah.
But
That'd be
people,
funny.
but people know the lanterns. You
Yeah,
see the ring, you see the green glow, and they go, "Wait, but that's not Hal Jordan." And they go, "I'm sorry, not Hal Jordan, Guy
Mike is
Gardner."
writing the hell out of the
Hmm?
script. What could have been
Yeah,
done? You're doing a great what if.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Mike, hire Mike, guys. Look at this. Look at this genius at work just sitting here in his chair. Needs to be tapped. All right. We should do grades and then we'll do a little what we think about the wider DCU and where we're going. Okay? So, James, do you want to go first? What was your grade for Peacemaker season 2?
um, I was hoping hearing some of your feedback because I already spoke with Mike about the show. I would change my grade, but no, it's still where it's at, and I'm gonna give this season a C minus.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought I'd go to a C, maybe C plus if you were gonna sway me, Chris, but no, I think we, yeah,
I guess looking at it myself, the hard part is like the bulk of the time on screen, I'm enjoying seeing the characters, and I'm enjoying the actors within those roles. But you're right, it's more just like, where did this episode go? Those kind of feelings at the end of each episode, at the last couple, that really kind of ruin that. I don't know, ruin the experience, but they kind of muddy that experience. So I wasn't gonna quite go that low, but I think you got me down to a C plus because I was leaning B minus, but I see what you're saying. Like, um, I think C plus isn't a failing grade. I is still enjoying the season overall, but it's just like, I don't have a good feeling after watching it. I don't want to
Go back
go.
and re-binge
No,
it.
not
Yeah.
really. Like, I'm hoping the next season's better. You know what I mean?
Well, everybody. DC, I'm sure.
Mike's back. Mike,
Yeah,
do you have a?
sorry guys.
That's all right. Do you have a grade for
Um,
season two?
yeah, I'm gonna go C plus on this one.
Oh, look at that.
Uh,
Same as Chris.
yeah, pretty disappointing, I think. So sorry, I
It's
cut out my equipment cut out for a sec. So
yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gave it a C minus.
okay,
Chris gave it a C plus,
yeah,
and you gave it a C plus.
gotcha.
So, all right. Do we want to take a 5 minute break and then talk about DCU plans, possibilities, expectations?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Alrighty.
All
We'll
right.
be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. And we are here to talk about the DCU, specifically the future expectations for the DCU.
This
Now,
guy.
we so what have we seen so far this year? Not That's all been this year. So we've got Peacemaker season 2, which is dovetailing from Peacekeeper season 1, which is they're basically telling you that existed. So that whole series is part of this. Superman and Creature Commando so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are we have coming up here? We've got Lanterns. Um uh so what? Lanterns, Supergirl, and Clayface, but Clayface is of course not
That's
part of the DCU.
yeah, TV. It is. Clayface is part of the DCU. It is. Yes.
Is that it's not part of the Batman Caesar
It's
series?
not the Batman is not the Batman. Matt Reeves the Batman is not part of DCU. Everything else
Right.
is. Yeah. So the Clayface is part of James Gunn's DCU.
Yes, Alan Tudyk
It's not
playing
the Matt Reeves.
Clayface.
Maybe you're confusing. You thought the Clayface was gonna be the Matt Gunn.
Yeah,
Matt Reeves.
Matt
I thought
Reeves
it
or
was
Matt
a
Gunn.
lead up to Batman 2, the
No, it's
Batman
not.
2.
No, sir.
No, no.
No.
Okay. So I don't even know what the fuck's going on, and I pay attention to some of it.
Y'all keep that shit in.
Because we had Clayface in the Creature Commandos, right?
Yes,
Remember?
we did.
Mm-hmm.
Voiced by
Yes.
the actor
Is it
who
the
played the
same?
live
So
action version.
is the claim? So
Yep.
it's the same Clayface?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
But then,
Okay, I've got a
Mike,
list.
am I right? What's his name? Alan Tudyk will play him
Alan
also in
Tudyk.
live.
Yep.
He did the voice in the animation. He will also play him live action.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then we have Batman Brave and the Bold, right? Is that still going? The Batman and
Yes,
Robin thing.
supposedly yes, with no
Mm-hmm.
date.
And that's the DCU Batman, which we have
Mm-hmm.
not been has not been cast yet.
Correct.
Right.
That'll be our third Batman in like 10 years.
Okay, Lanterns. We've got Blue Beetle animated series.
We do.
We
Commando.
do. Yeah.
I'm just looking at it's Reddit. Who the
Chris
hell
out here
knows?
giving suspect DC information.
So the only ones we really know are Clayface, Supergirl, Batman Brave and the Bold,
A Man of Tomorrow.
Superman 2,
Yeah.
And the
and
lanterns.
the Lanterns. What about Wonder Woman?
TBD.
No, nothing yet.
All right. So, do we think they're building properly? Do we think Creature Commandos, which only few of us have watched, Superman, which did reasonably well, drew out fans, people liked it overall, and Peacemaker, which is hard R, so it's going to get fewer views than say Superman.
Right.
Do we think they've started out in the right direction?
It's still early because remember, it took us 10 years to get to Infinity War, right?
I'm not expecting Infinity War. Like the news we saw something
Dude,
about.
we knew by the third movie in MCU that this was a good thing. Like we knew.
No,
We
I
didn't.
oh for sure, yeah.
So
But
what you
we've only
started
had
out
one movie.
with
We've only had
Hulk,
one
Iron
movie.
Man, Captain
Yeah.
America, right?
Yes. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we had Hulk also. Hulk
Yeah,
two.
Hulk, Iron
Yeah.
Man, Captain America were your first three movies, followed
Yeah.
up by Thor, and
Iron
then
Hmm.
Man 2 was in there too somewhere.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that snuck in there before Avengers. Okay,
Correct.
so basically six film lead up, and if they had stopped there, they would have been very successful.
No, but I'm talking about all the way because, like I said in earlier, MCU, we knew Thanos was going to be the ultimate baddie,
No, we
right?
didn't. We didn't know until much further along.
Phase two,
If,
right?
if yeah,
No, we
no.
knew.
At the end of Phase One, we knew. At the end, the finale of Avengers movie, which was the conclusion of Phase One, was the Thanos post credit. That's when we knew he would be the baddie.
Okay, okay, yeah.
I thought they had. Weren't they calling this the Infinity Saga from the beginning?
No, they were not.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no,
Maybe. All
no.
right. I'm
They were not.
remembering wrong then. All right.
Mike also out here was suspect for Marvel information. Um,
Hmm.
but Chris, like I think Mike, I'm not sure if you answered um Chris in this. Is I think that some grace is required to allow James Gunn and whatever vision he has come to a couple more movies before we can definitively say was it a wrong step or not. I mean, but there's also the deeper part of me that thinks that yeah, it is already going down the wrong path. I've seen this before. If I had to roll the dice, it's not going to work. You know, that's the other part of me that's thinking. But I mean, to answer your question succinctly, is I think he needs to really hit next year's calendar year. Like all the stuff he has, whether it's TV or live action, they have to hit and it has to be consistent. He can't have any misfires in the entire lineup or it puts everything in doubt because most of the fans now are so fickle, right?
Yeah.
Even his
It's
best
true.
output will still probably won't he'll probably never hit $1 billion, even with the Batman's as DCU Batman,
Hmm.
because there is a certain credit that DC has tarnished an image that some fans are just like, yeah, I don't care, Snyderverse, whatever verse, it's all that. Give me that Marvel stuff, because they've
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I think there's a muddying of the waters in the modern universe creation where he has to worry about television and he has to worry about animation, television and movies, and he's got to worry about movie creation. And also like he's not just in charge, he's written written 3 of these. And so it definitely feels more of a gunverse right now. I think I'll be more interested when we start seeing some variety hit.
That's what I was gonna say. I want to
Right.
see other
it's
people's
it's
visions.
like
Yeah.
if Russo brothers and Kevin Feige merge into one super Marvel guy, and then it was like it's their way and no way, and all the other little odds and ends, Ant Man directors, whatever. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because early MCU did get some flack for being very samey. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's MCU uh boilerplate." And
It's
yet,
all sky beams.
right.
yes.
And but
And
then
then we got Josh Whedon.
by the time you ended up switching and getting the variety, all variety, people were like, I wish we could go back to that boilerplate MCU." Like
We missed those days when MCU was. Oh
was
my god.
consistent. it was consistent. It felt consistent even
It's because
within.
it's just too woke now.
It's just too
But
woke.
but Chris, that's what DC needs next year in order for us to say whether this is a whether it's starting on the right foundation or not. I think next year is the only litmus test for us. We can't look at what's current now as a good indicator.
That's true. Okay, I can see that. So what are you most interested in? Of the five that we mentioned, I think it was five, right? Superman 2, Supergirl, Clayface, Batman Brave and the Bold, Lanterns.
And my lanterns. I'm looking forward to my lanterns. I know
You
you
are
don't like
So,
them.
by the
you
way,
are only Lanterns
I
fan.
love the lanterns, man. You underestimate their power.
Oh my god! All right, Anakin.
I don't like the Pink Lantern, the one on the cartoon.
The force of love.
No, no, no. What's her name on Invincible?
Oh, oh yeah, his girlfriend,
Adam Eve.
Adam. Right?
Oh yeah,
So okay, I guess I would say, see, I'm always a Batman fan, so it's hard not to say Batman Brave and Bold.
let's
But
go. Let's go, baby.
having seen zero anything and or I'm not sure. Like, I guess it might be Supergirl. Like, I'm interested in seeing Alcott. What's her name from Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
How did you say it again? Repeat that one.
Alcott, right?
her name's Alcott. Her last name's Alcott, right?
Yeah. Internet, help me out. Do. No, no, that's just a TV show. TV show. TV show. That doesn't help. Supergirl movie, which will give me the '80s movie. A Woman of Tomorrow. Millie
Millie
Alcock.
Alcott. Yeah,
Oh,
There you
that,
go.
her.
She had a quick appearance in Superman.
Superman. Yeah.
Drunk. That was fine. And it's supposed to be a spacefaring adventure, right? She's supposed to be going world to world. I mean, you get really cool visuals. You get
Getting drunk.
a good
Yeah.
acting performance.
And Crypto's going to be in it again. The
Yeah, I
dog.
can deal with Crypto because he
Yep.
Hell,
has
I
to
love
talk. That's
no.
good. So I think, right now, until I see more from Batman Brave and the Bold, I think that's going to be my number one DCU to look forward to because Green Lantern sucked.
Oh, we're going to fight.
I'm with you too,
Jake,
by the way, Chris. I think that's the only thing. The what I really want to see is not even in a DCU. It's the Batman 2, but that's not till 2027.
that's
Yeah.
true. That
So
I
I'll
do want
take
to see
I'll take Timu Batman. You know, I'll take the lower tier.
All right. I mean, DC has some good and some decent and some meh, but nothing bad in the last 2 years or last year and a half, 2 years, right? What was last year was Penguin and the no Bat the Batman was a while ago.
Yeah, James Gunn hasn't really. No flop, no true bomb, not
Yeah,
yet.
for all the bad stuff I said about for all the bad stuff I said about Peacemaker, I definitely don't think it was a flop by any means.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same here, same here, same here. But
And I
we
will
shall see. 2026.
and so far, yeah, James Gunn. Let's see what he's got. No super hot takes after that. I don't know.
Nah, nope. I don't want to jinx it. I pray for the Batman. That's all.
All right. So, well, who? Okay, tell me who is the villain for the Batman 2? If it's not Clayface now.
They haven't figured it out yet. Still nothing. That means rumors. There's Hush. There's rumors. Doctor Freeze. There's rumors. A Court of Owls. There's rumors. Yeah, rumors everywhere.
I guess I'm okay not knowing too much until the first trailer drops. Like I'm kind of sick of seeing everything beforehand. Like I'll take a little bit of surprise.
Oh, you missed those days too. In a world where you have no clue,
Right.
got a gun and a little baby. Get to the theaters, Friday. Yeah, I miss those days.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for talking
Oh,
with me about that. Thanks for informing me about the DC stuff I don't know.
yeah, real quick on that note, I guess the director of The Flash the other day said his movie did poorly because people just didn't understand it.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Was he
Hollywood drug users.
was he also the guy who said that the CGI was terrible on purpose?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah,
yeah, you're going in the Speed Force. It's gonna
and
look
hold on.
awful.
And I think he's probably best friends with the guy at Game of Thrones who said, "Oh, they were so dark because people's home televisions are weren't adjusted." Someone actually of Hollywood power and echelon said shit like this.
It's the same people who told you you're holding your iPhones the wrong way
Oh, when they were bending on them.
when the antennas were giving them issues.
Mm.
All
Always
right,
an excuse.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
That's right. All right. Thank you for joining me, guys. Mike, tell the people where they can find us and comment on this video.
Yep, as usual, all over the internet at Heroes Peak, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Facebook
YouTube.
Internet. Oh no,
That's right,
they own it.
Facebook Internet when it works.
when metaverse.
TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, all that stuff. Our website as well, www.heroespeak.com. Um, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to get notifications. And leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of Peacemaker Season 2 and the future of the DCU. You think Gunn is going the right way or not? Let us know.
Right.
Or here's a better question: ask us, do you think DC is ever gonna rebound with anybody like a corporate company owning DC? The Warner Brothers right now is out of vision.
Do you think they would sell off if they get too low on cash, or do they think
Yes,
it's too much of a moneymaker?
they don't. They. I don't think they can see ways to make what Marvel's making and money output. It's not. They'll never get there.
Yep.
That sounds like a big
Hot take.
hot take. All
Coming
right.
soon, Disney presents Superman.
Hey, like Inside the NBA on TNT. Just watched it. It's on ESPN. It's the same set in Atlanta by Warner
uh,
Brothers, who owns DC, by the way, but
mm,
they're subleasing it to ESPN, which has its own. See,
And
we can
Chuck
get
was
Disney
very
Superman,
very complimentary of ESPN very quickly.
dude. NBC Peacock, the Batman.
oh man.
uh,
Anyway,
All right,
anything
folks.
for money.
Yeah.
See
Have
you
a good
next week.
night.
Hey, Indigo made the beat.